Hello, everybody. My name is Hellkaiser, and welcome to Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. This game, this is going to be a little longer introduction. I apologize. This game is one of my all-time favorite games ever made. I absolutely adore this game. This was my first ever PC game, and I'm going to tell a story real quick, but I'll try to keep it brief. I'm sorry. Uh, when I was about 2, maybe going on 3. My dad got this game for me, and I don't think he cared much. He wasn't the type of person that read on games. He wasn't a gamer. He just knew that I liked games. I didn't get an Xbox until I was 5, but I'd been playing computer games for about a few months at that point. Just different things, Pajama Sam and stuff like that. And this game came out in 2003, and I was going on 3. I was almost 3. And I got the game, and I don't have the original disc anymore. This is the Steam version. But I remember the box. It came in like 4 or 5 install discs, and my dad had to step away, and he didn't install it for me. And I didn't do nothing fancy. I just clicked all the next buttons, and I managed to get the game installed myself. And for a long time, that was the one thing that they always brag that I was installing software since I was 2. And so this was like one of my very first computer games. I don't think it was the first, but I'd say the first actual game I ever played. And it's very special to me. I love this whole franchise. I picked them up on Steam. Today is, what is today? The 26th of March. I picked them up yesterday. Ubisoft is having a sale on Steam for like $3.50, $3 and some change a piece. And I got this one, The Forgotten Sands, the whole franchise. And we're going to play through all of them. I can't assure you this is all going to be within a short time period, but I'd love to play through each one and experience one of my all-time favorite game series. I was going to do this on the PS3 because I have all the games on the PS3 as well, and the PS3 version has a Prince of Persia trilogy remastered. I'm reading the front box, but it added widescreen support and all that. But sometimes some of those ports were not always as good. For example, the Sly Cooper trilogy, which we are playing the first one in that. I've heard some people say there's some issues and there's some frame rate issues, although I haven't incurred them so far. And I just didn't want to take a risk, so I just went with the PC version. So anyway, I'll show you some more stuff in a minute. So anyway, we'll start a new profile, Hellkaiser. Honestly, didn't think it would hold all that. Now, this is the part that I wanted to explain. I am running this in 140 resolution, but you can't do that natively. You have to install a widescreen patch. I'll do my best to link it in the description. It comes with the one for all 3 games: Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, The Warrior Within, and The Two Thrones. And then you have to go into the INI files and tweak the fog, because once I got the 16:9 widescreen, the fog messed up. And so I had to fix the fog, and I can't explain how to do that. You just do an INI edit. You can find a guide on Steam, and it also will explain on the web page that has the widescreen fix that I will try my hardest to link in the description. It won't be in the link for probably every episode, but it will be on the first one. And so that's pretty much all I have to show. All the effects are on, fog is on, everything's running at its best possible settings. Everything's good to go. And I won't be using a controller because I played this game a lot, even after I was 2. I played quite a bit of this. This is probably one of my most played games. Now, I've replayed it on the PS3. I replayed it on Xbox when I got an Xbox for my 5th birthday. This was one of the games I got for it pretty quickly. Okay, and I'll try to be quiet because there's no subtitles at all. So for the cutscenes, I will be quiet as best as I can for them, and I'll just talk afterwards.
Most people think time is like a river. It flows swift and sure in one direction. But I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you that time is an ocean in a storm. You may wonder who I am and why I say this. Sit down, and I will tell you a tale like none that you have ever heard. Know first, I am the son of Shaman, a mighty king of Persia. On our way to reside with a small company of men passed through India. Where the promise of honor and glory tempted my father into a grievous error.
No, my son.
I fully understood this stuff when I first saw it.
I trust you remember your promise. The Maharaja's treasure hoards lie with you. See how he lies. Like a warrior son.
Anyways, I was saying, I never understood why you didn't have allies with you from the fact you were in a giant battle as a kid. And I was always be scared of games when I didn't have a partner with me. I'll go with more of that in a second because he's about to talk again.
Do you think I felt regret as I gazed upon the destruction we had wrought? Or at least humility at the speed with which a world can be transformed from a good world into a hell? If you think so, you are mistaken. For in that moment I thought of one thing only.
Bringing honor and glory.
Glory I would bring my father by fighting like a warrior in the first battle.
Okay, anyways, I was saying, I was scared, yeah, sorry for those guys, but they're all gone, of games when I didn't have a partner with me. Just, I don't know, because I was too young to be playing a lot of action games anyway. Yeah, I know you're supposed to jump that, but I've always wall run that since the first time I played it. And yeah, that's not a glitch. The game has a lot of slow-mo features. Let me just pause so I can talk. One of the things I didn't realize before, because I did like the first level when I was testing it to make sure there was no audio errors or anything with the 16:9 patch. But this game has a lot of that slow-mo in it. And I just forgot that they did it. I don't even remember I think on the PS3 version they might have had an option to turn off the slow-mo events. Because I didn't realize how prevalent they are throughout all the things you do. But, yeah, I used to be so terrified of a game whenever I didn't have a teammate with me. Like, I played Area 51 on the Xbox. I was about 6 or 7 at the time. And you got to this point where your teammates told you to go to another room and all those alien zombie looking things were in your way, and they scared me to death. And so I just didn't like to not have a teammate very often. Okay, now our first enemy. This game's combat is what inspired the Batman games and all that. This had very rhythmic combat, which you won't be able to see there because it's so short. But anyway, one of the things I always noticed, I didn't notice it before, but one of the things I noticed when I was playing through this game the other day for the test, he won't block when there's no enemies around. But watch when I put away my sword. If you'll notice, he's putting away the dagger. I'm about to spoil a game that's 17 years old, but you get the dagger of time after this first mission, and he carries it with him through all the game. But I always wondered why just for the first mission, because he doesn't even wear the same hood. They changed his outfit a little bit by the time the second mission comes around. He couldn't have had an animation just where he puts the sword up. It's so annoying looking back on it. But I can forgive a little flaw like that. It still looks just as good as I remembered it looking, too. See, even when he's got his block up, he's still holding the dagger animation. And some of these slow-mo cutscenes look so good. It really gives it a cinematic look to it. There we go. Yeah, now slow-mo put the sword... Well, no, he didn't slow-mo that time. I love the music, too. That hard-hitting guitar with that kind of... It kind of has a Middle Eastern theme to it.
Many men that day sought to win honor and glory on the battlefield, that their king might say to them, as Khosrow said to Rustam, "You are the noblest of my warriors." From the moment my sword tasted blood,
I knew this would not be my way.
I would win my father's praise, not my killing, but by being the first to find the Maharaja's treasure vault and the wonders within.
Crap, I completely lost my train of thought. I'm going to have to try to do my talking before he talks, because I don't want to interrupt the story, just because I would like to hear the story again. It's been a couple of years since I last played this game. But here's a little interesting trivia for anybody who doesn't know. Prince of Persia is the game that inspired Assassin's Creed. They're more linked than people realize. Assassin's Creed was originally intended to be a spin-off title of Prince of Persia, entitled Prince of Persia Assassins. And I think it's supposed to be set about a assassin trying to kill the prince. Kind of like how Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z was about the bad guy, or like the Adventures of Tron Bonnie from the Mega Man Legends series. Okay, I gotta turn the music down a little bit because it's so loud in my ears compared to just when he's talking. Okay, sounds. Oh, it's already set to 80. Let's set it to, no, 70's fine. Yes. That's better. So anyway, that's just an interesting little trivia. I always wondered, though, why they've abandoned this series. I think The Forgotten Sands, which was the last game, came out in 2012 or 11. It wasn't like 10 years ago, but it's closer to 10 years ago. And I just missed this series so much. The Forgotten Sands was not that great of a game. I did not enjoy it like I did the others. I thought it was alright. But I just wish they'd do a remake of the Prince of Persia's, because they were such good games, and they still hold up remarkably well. Because especially since the new Assassin's Creed games have gone away from the more parkour-ish elements. Well, I don't want to say that, but compared to Unity, which had some beautiful animations for all the crap that game had, the climbing mechanics looked very beautiful. The way that the movement was, it was very flowing. And you don't see that in the newer ones. Because I think they even had models come in and render for it, motion capture. And you can tell they don't do that in the new ones. Oh yeah, I forgot you have a little counter. Oh, and I screwed it up. My timing's up. There we go. There we go. It's coming back to me slowly but surely. There you go. Slow motion. Put the sword away. Man, this music still gets me pumped for the fights. I love the music in this game. I'm interested to see what I'm going to do about 2, because I never really played 2 as much. 1 and 3 was the ones I played the most of, with 2 just being the one that I picked up a lot later. And I never, as a kid especially, because you got to remember, I was very young when these games come out. I was 2 when I played the first one. I was about 6 when I played the third one or so, maybe a little older, 7-ish. And I didn't even know they made it 2, because I didn't have Game Informer or nothing until I was about 9 or 10. And when I played that one, it was just so different than the first game. I mean, I don't want to say this game had a light tone to it, because it doesn't. It's a game about time travel and sand demons and all that stuff. But comparatively, every game on the PlayStation 2 almost had to have a darker tone. Yeah, he's going to stop us.
The next time we're interrupted.
Yes, save.
Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
Okay, anyways, I was saying, all the games on the PS2 had to have a little bit darker tone on the second game, or at least be significantly better. For instance, Jak 2, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, the first game, was more of a Naughty Dog's take on a platforming game, but Jak 2 was a bit more like Ratchet and Clank, but just with a lot more swear words and a bit darker, edgier protagonist. And then, okay, he's going to talk again.
There it lay, just out of reach. The dagger of time. There was a treasure I could carry with pride as a trophy of our victory.
If only I could reach it.
Get there.
Oh, I don't remember everything word for word, but I get the gist of it. Anyway, and aside from Jak and Daxter, there was, God help me, I don't remember all of them right now, but you get the premise. A lot of games are a little bit darker on the second entry. And Prince of Persia 2 is just, it's a great game, and in my opinion, it has the best combat mechanics, and I think that's just generally accepted. But it's so dark, like the first boss he fights, the woman in the metal bikini. I don't know why they decided to make it that much edgier, and Godsmack plays the soundtrack for a lot of it. And, well, that's fine. I love the music. I like the heavier tone. it's still, I mean, that's going to be difficult to record because I'm probably just going to have to turn all the music off. And that's a shame because I love the music. Okay, there we go. You know, this keyboard controls, a lot of people, I was reading the reviews for this game on Steam, a lot of people were saying how you need to rebind the controller manually. Okay, that's the first glitch I've seen. The water is just a little cut off. There's a vertical line, or horizontal line, I'm sorry, going through it, if you can see it. Okay, that's not no big issue, though. I hope there's just nothing else any more, serious than that. Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm supposed to climb up there. I made a mistake. I'm too busy talking. I'm sorry. But anyway, trying to think of the rest of them. 2008's Prince of Persia, the reboot one, the one that didn't even have the voice of the prince. I can't think of his name, but he's such a great voice actor for this character. I think it was Nolan North did the voice of the prince, and the Prince of Persia 2000 whatever crap. Are you serious? Man, what's the pixels down there?
That's not what happened. I jumped over the broken bridge. I took a running jump and cleared it. Let me begin again.
I always liked how he did that. If you died or something, he would comment on it. Okay, come on. I don't need to see it. Avoid spiky poles. Yeah, no crap. But anyways, I was saying, I don't understand why a lot of people said that you need to rebind everything, to the controller. Because, I mean, the PC controllers are fine. Maybe it's just because I'm so used to them. And I understand that some people might not, but, I played this game all the way through on there. Okay, wait for it. There we go. Oh. Yeah, I learned my lesson this time. I'm sorry, sometimes I get too busy talking and I mess up. Okay, them water textures down there do not look good. Maybe I should have played the PS3 version. I played it, but I never played that version through because I just, I always stuck to my original Xbox version or something. Crap. Okay, we're good. See, I miss this kind of acrobatic platforming. This is not the focus of Assassin's Creed anymore, and I miss this kind of stuff. The last Mirror's Edge game was pretty disappointing. It was fine. It just wasn't as good. It seemed to strip away a lot of the features of the first game, the ability not to use guns, and it just did not feel as useful or as fun to play as some of the others. And the fact that some things like you had natively in the first game were sold to you as upgrades. I always hate that when a sequel does that. I don't think there's anybody who really likes that. Okay, I still remember how to do the quick jumps without dropping to my death. So that's good. And now to get the Dagger of Time. And yeah, you don't actually have to jump from that wall. I always thought it was cooler when you did the backflip. Now here's the part that used to screw me up so much. Because you got to remember, I was 2. I'm sorry if I keep saying I'm bugging everybody. But doing this was so difficult at the time. It took me like 18 tries and 2 days to get that wall jump down. I just couldn't time it good. I always thought this was so cool. And I miss this kind of mechanic in a game. We need more of this kind of gameplay, because you just don't see it anymore. I always loved his cocky attitude in this game, too. The Prince was such a good character. I just miss his character. I don't understand why Ubisoft has let this and Splinter Cell go dormant. I mean, Splinter Cell's always got a new entry before this game did. Ooh. And, they keep teasing Splinter Cell, because they show it in both of them's awful Ghost Recon games they've had the last couple of years. But they won't release another Splinter Cell. And especially since Jeremy Irons is back to voice Sam, it'd be so much better. Of course, this guy wants the dagger. Except for the hourglass.
Some exotic animals for his nurse. Slaves, pigs, I want no animals or names harm until I have chosen.
Let it be known that King whatever is grace is whatever. I can't remember all the words. I memorized most of this game's story though.
Trust not a man who has betrayed his master, nor take him into your own service, lest he betray you too. I learned the truth of this to my son, David B. Bride, and son, as the sons of all beasts.
I never realized how bad some of these character models look. I mean, they're not bad, but everybody's either fat or ugly looking compared to the prince and his father, and just the generic soldiers.
I give you the sands of time. May the friendship between our kingdoms endure as long as time exists.
The cutscene volume's a little low. Again, why would they be so trusted? I never understood why they would trust the Tsar so much. And now all hell breaks loose. Literally. The sand's like full of demons or something. It possesses everybody. What good is swinging a sword going to do you in this case? Yeah, you're the one that told me to do it. Okay, so anyway, that woman running there, her name is Farah, I think is how you pronounce it. And one of the things that's really interesting about this game, and that you don't actually learn to the third game, is that you know how the prince is narrating this to us? Let me just pause for a second. You find out in the third game that he's telling his story to her. I'm not going to spoil why. Well, yeah, I'll spoil. I'll give everybody a second to skip forward a little bit. But again, these games are so old, it doesn't matter. But, you know, because this game's got all this stuff to do with time, he resets the timeline before all this happens and fixes it and all that crap. And then it still gets messed up because it's a time travel game. But, anyway, she's his partner in this game, but then she forgets who he is because they never met in his timeline that he created. And so at the end of the third game, he sets her down and he tells her, you know, listen to my story. And that's who he's talking to this entire time. And I always thought it was interesting. You had to wait 3 games to find out who he's narrating. I always thought he's just narrating to us, the player. But it's very interesting. When I was a kid, I always pictured like a group of little children sitting around him, listening to him. It was always interesting when you finally found out. Okay. Multi-attack. Left click. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. See, it's very rhythmic combat. And it's very... You can tell this inspired Batman and Shadow of Mordor and Mad Max and all those games. Okay, I got it. Okay, come on. Strike at me if you dare. Crap. Oh, I got it. Okay, I think I got it at this point, lady.
Struck them down, they rose to fight again. I soon realized that only by taking into my own dagger the sands that possess them, could I liberate them from
Crap.
that monstrous living death.
Okay, I'm a little rusty on the combat. Give me a break here. And finish him. There we go, simple enough. No slow motion, put the sword up. Oh yeah, there's more. Bring it. Come on. Now, nope, a little early. I'm gonna die if I don't. Oh, shut up! I'm trying to be fancy and show off, and I'm failing miserably.
Turn back the sands of time before you die.
I'd like to turn back the sands of time on you. I forgot about how annoying she is during this bit. Oh yeah, crap, I forgot to look at the button. I don't remember the button to turn back the sands of time. Okay, just stab him, because I'm immune to... No, I'm not immune to attacks. I thought I was. Oh, he hit his friend. There we go. Yeah, you kind of are when it goes into that cutscene, but it's not always the case. There we go. I love the combat animations too, the way he wheels around and stuff like that. I don't understand why For Honor bothered putting him in as a playable character, because it seems like such an annoying thing. They even put the Dark Prince as an event. But why not? Why do they keep teasing these old series that are very beloved and some of the best games that they ever made, but not releasing new ones? It's very annoying. I always liked this mechanic too, where you kind of see the levels ahead of time. It really did add it wasn't nothing special, but it was cool when you were a kid. I'm trying to judge this game as best as I can. Okay, save.
Done.
We still got about 8 minutes, so we'll continue. Or it depends on how long this cutscene is.
You think me mad? I can see it by the look in your eyes. You think my story is impossible.
Okay, we'll press on.
Perhaps I am mad. Who would not be driven mad by horrors such as I have lived? But I assure you, every word is true.
Crap. See, I love this kind of level design because it just gives you a big open room. It gives you one way in, one way out, but it's a lot of fun to traverse. And you don't see nothing like this anymore. You really don't. Levels and games like this don't have this kind of movement system that this game had. Each rewind. Yeah, this gives you an extra tank, doesn't it? Yeah, reviving a... Okay, shut up. There we go. See, I'm sorry if the clicking of the keys is getting annoying. And again, I just enjoy playing it better this way. I just wish I could remember the button to rewind time because I'm so low on health. I'm going to need to rewind time at some point. Oh yeah, there's another sand pile or whatever they're called up here. There we go. Now I just need to do 6 more, and I'll get an upgrade to my sand tank. One thing I wish this game had was cutscenes. Oh crap! Oh, R to rewind. Okay, crap, that was a mistake. I said I love this game, but I haven't said I play. I'm not one of those people that goes back and replays a game every day.
Experienced by accident in the Maharaja's treasure room, I now discovered that I could trigger at will. By pressing a switch on the dagger's handle, I could turn back time.
Yeah, I always thought that was a good mechanic too, because you could watch him fall into a spike pit or whatever, just lay there and bleed out and die, and then just rewind the dagger. One of the things I didn't like about this series, though, is it seemed like much later into its lifespan, after the original trilogy was done, that they just didn't know what to do with it. And in some ways, I hope that maybe with the time off they've taken from the series, they can learn and do it better. But like Prince of Persia 2008 was not a bad game, but it had much more of a focus on platforming and less on combat, and that's fine, because that's probably the best part of this game, especially this first one, because the combat's not that great in this game. It's good, and it set a standard for a lot of games, but I mean, it's not as good as stuff like Batman, that has come since with a sort of rhythmic combat. And then the Forgotten Sands is supposed to be in between the Warrior Within and the Sands of Time, and it really doesn't seem like it has its own place. It's just very boring. Okay, I hear another sand tank nearby. I don't see it, and I've forgotten where it is. Come on, get him while he's down. There we go. Okay, how do I do the wall attack? There we go. See, I remember. Crap, I was about to say he'll interrupt my animation. Ow! At least I got him. It was worth it. Okay, why did that miss? There we go. Didn't miss the second time. Get him, get him, get him. Okay, I'm ready for you. Come at me. Now! There we go. See, I'm getting the feel for it back. I'm so used... The last time I played this game was on the Xbox One, because the original... Okay, yeah, you can get power tanks too from retrieving enemies, so you get upgrades passively. Anyway, is he going to talk or can I talk? Okay, I'm free. Anyway, God help me, I'm sorry. I can't get my thoughts back once it's gone. Okay, think for a second, Mason. Okay, it's just gone. Okay, where is that thing? Crap. That did not work the way I intended for it to. Okay, I think that the thing is up there. Now, how exactly I get up there is a mystery to me. How do I switch sides of the bar? Jump. He didn't jump. Jump. He won't. Crap, he ain't gonna work with me there. Maybe I can get to it from up here. I'm trying to remember. Go easy on. Crap, no, I just fall through the bed. Okay, there's got to be a way of doing it. It's got something to do with these rails, no doubt. That's not the way. Okay, maybe it's got something to do with the staircase. Okay, first person view. I can't invert the camera in first person, though, is one of the things I just don't like. Oh, maybe from there I can get to it. Oh yeah, this is not the way, crap. I'm trying my best here. It's been, anyways, I was saying, now I remember, thank God. One of the things that was annoying about the Xbox 3, the One version, is they put the first game backwards compatible, but they didn't do the other two. Not to my knowledge, and I check the backwards compatible list quite often. But for some, I never understood, why would you release the first couple of games, which were very good, but not release the second one? Climb up, please. I can't, I'm just a little too far to the left. Okay, first person, please. Now, how exactly do I get over there? Maybe there's a way from up here. No, I don't think so. At least there's a save point so we can save, and maybe I can look it up. Okay, come on. I'm not giving up until I find it. Crap, that was intelligent. That's not going to do it either, is it? Nope, I'm going to run out of sand before I can figure... I think that now that I jumped up here, I'm just stuck up here. Yeah, I think I done screwed up. Crap. Come on. Well, how do you get over there? Maybe I can do it from there, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. I'm sorry if I've missed it. It's... Okay, stop. Okay, anyway, sorry if I messed it up. Sorry if I took too long being nostalgic. But hopefully I can figure out how to find that, and I'll get my groove back for this game. But I'm really excited to play the complete Prince of Persia trilogy, because it's such a fun game series for me.
I'll start the story from here next time.
Like, the first 3 real game series I ever played was Halo, Prince of Persia First, and Splinter Cell.
Came these visions that assaulted me thus like fever dreams. Each time I awoke feeling drained, beaten, and each time what I had seen came to pass, as if the sands of time were giving me a glimpse into my own future.
Okay, he's done talking. So anyway, hope you guys are enjoying this series. Hope that you'll enjoy the series to come for all these games. Again, the only one that I don't think will have as much fun recording is the second one, just because I'll have to probably completely mute the music. Same problem I'm having with Lollipop Chainsaw is, you know, there's a lot of copyright songs in there, and so just have to work with that. But we'll try to talk more about some older Ubisoft titles, and I might play Beyond Good and Evil at some point. I've always wanted to play that. I've never actually played that, so we might just have a Ubisoft marathon in between a couple other series of just some of their older classic titles to reminisce about back when they were a good studio. But anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble on about my childhood and trying to play this game and not doing the best job. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a good evening.